Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt. And fertility is a hell of a thing, all right? Because our primary functions as human species is to basically eat, sleep, and fuck. That's about it. Our overall primary function is to procreate and spread our seed and expand our species. It's very much a virus in that regard. But hey, let's be fair, fucking is fun, and most of us get off on it because that's they make it fun. Our bodies make it fun, so we would continue to do it. If sex wasn't fun, people wouldn't do it, even if it was for procreation. Like, I don't really feel like it. It's not going to happen. But sex is a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, I recommend it. But the point is, fertility is a hell of a thing, right? You have Japan where like they're having mass infertility. People just aren't getting together and having children. Other countries are having these kind of problems. I think like Denmark or something, or one of those countries over there is really trying to push to get young people to start having children to propagate their countrymen. But in America, you've got 45 million couples that are dealing with infertility, and 40% of them are men that are the ones that are having the problem. And that's not something you generally hear a lot about. That's not something that you generally see talked about at all. There's no real talking points about male infertility, right? With a woman, it's like, oh, she can go get in vitro fertilization and go to maybe a sperm donor if she in that, or they can do all these things. But when it comes to the dudes swimmers, our little tadpoles, our sperm, that's not something that gets talked about outside of maybe being kind of a joke for filmmakers. Like look at the movie Road Trip, right? The guys go to a sperm bank because they need gas money. And so they fill out a form and two of them go in the back and crank one out and they get their $50 and then they're on their way. In reality, becoming a sperm donor takes months and months and months. You have to go through rigorous questionnaires. You have to make sure your diet is right, that you're exercising. The sperm have to be healthy. I mean, they're disease free. All of these things go into it. But again, because of the way Hollywood has kind of played that up, the little dark room with maybe a whole bunch of nudie mags and that little clear cup you gotta fire off some fucking knuckle children into. That's the thing. But when it comes to the actual process of determining whether or not a male has enough sperm to impregnate an egg, it might be actually going to the home market here in the next couple of years. And this is fascinating, right? I'm a dude in my mid 30s. I don't know if I have fertility problems. I'm not even going down that path. But the point is that it's something that I've thought about, and I have other friends that have thought about as well that are around the same age and they're trying to have kids and they're not getting there, right? Now, we oftentimes think that if someone is infertile, it probably is the woman. That's kind of what our society has taught us. And like I said before, 40% of those cases are not. So so it's over a third are men. Well, there's a new app that's being developed. It's not named yet, but what it essentially does is it's an app and it comes with a little camera attachment and whatnot. And what you do is you get a microchip and you come on the microchip, which sounds weird to say. That phrase, I never thought that'd come out of my mouth. But you nut on the microchip, you put the microchip in the attachment. The attachment then analyzes your sperm count in order to see whether or not you have enough swimmers, if they're swimming properly, if they're just bumping their heads, like, whatever. If you drink way too much Mountain Dew and yellow number 5, it will tell you these things. Not so much on the last one. Do not quote me on that. But it will tell you those sort of things. And as a result of that, you can then store that data on your phone and take it to a doctor, which is actually really cool because it does take the stress and pressure off of going in there and then, kind of firing one off on command. Because I know women like to think that men can get erections whenever and that they can fucking come whenever. That is not the case. Our libidos work very similar to yours. Theirs maybe a little bit more higher functioning at times. We get boners in the weirdest places, right? It's always kind of odd to be sitting there in church listening to a guy preach about going to hell. And all of a sudden, here comes Captain Willie going, "What's going on? I'm fucking tired. Where are we, church? Awesome. There's a bathroom. Go have fun." You're going to hell anyway. You might as well fucking crank one out during mass. But the point is that this is something that is actually really cool. It's showing us that we can then take this technology and move it into the home market, because then the microchip costs like under $5. The man ejaculates on it, puts it in there, analyzes the data, sends it off to his doctor, and then that allows the doctor to analyze it and go, okay, great. This is what you need to do, or you may want to come in for further testing, or hey, listen, stop wearing boxer briefs or briefs. wear actual boxers. Take lukewarm showers, not hot showers. Make sure your boys are airing out properly. And there's things you could do to make sure your sperm count is flowing. It's how you sit in chairs. There's a bunch of things. But this is cool because it does take that pressure off of the man to perform in those situations, and then also be able to do it at home and then store that data and send it off. So I'm very curious to see what happens with this. I like it when technology gets involved with the process of fertility, right? And I like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation developing that wireless birth control chip that lasts like 15 years, versus the IUD. I almost said IED, not the same thing, but it's a different thing, and you could turn it off by just using your smartphone or something. Like, that's where technology is going as a way for people to kind of, have fun sexually and not worry so much about getting preggers. Whereas, like I said before, in other countries, they're having the exact opposite problem where they're like, please start having sex. Don't use condoms. We're going to stop selling all condoms in the country. We need you to fucking procreate. Like, that's the thing that's happening too. And it's interesting to see nonetheless. But anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Is this something that you could ever foresee yourself doing? Is this technology you might find interesting? Do you think that it's just, I don't know. What are your thoughts? I am curious to know about this kind of stuff. So go ahead and write them down in the comments below. My name is, of course, Mundane Matt. If you guys haven't already, please thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you're new. Check out my vlog or check out my movie news channel, 3 Buck Theater, right here. And I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.